Hi. So, what is the civilizational goal for the entire planet? We have now reached a stage where most of the countries don't actually need to go hungry. There's enough resources on earth, and people are doing all kinds of science and technology. So, this hunger in pockets of the earth and scarcity that we see is really not real, I think, because with all the technology and all the development and all the understanding of human nature that we have now, if humans had really wanted to, and people boast about spirituality, they go and do yoga, and especially people in the West, they think they're very civilized and they're very highly developed and evolved. Well, if you are evolved and they have had hundreds of years' time, they had all these colonies and, they always believe they're better than everybody else. So if they had really wanted to, and they have really developed technology, there wouldn't have been the disparity that we see now. So then what does it actually mean? It means what I've been telling throughout, that if you want to develop into the next stage of our being, you cannot do that without a major mind shift. The human mind has a certain sense of the humans experience this strange craving for power, for influence, and the way it is now, the way they see power, the way they see influence, that has to change. What actually constitutes power or what actually constitutes influence, the idea, that has to change. If power is having a lot of stuff and a lot of control over other human beings, that is considered to be power at the moment, which is really primitive, because a caveman would think that because he knows that he is at the mercy of nature and other human beings and he can get killed anytime. So he has this fear of existence and he's always thinking, how can I control everything around me some more so that me and my family are safe? That's a very primitive, instinctive thing. Now, if we are evolving spiritually and are developing better understanding of the higher ways of being and what our next goal should be, then I think by this time we should have overcome this idea of power and influence. That power is, if you look at the evolved way of thinking about power, power is not mastery or control over things outside of myself. Power really is, and if you think of God, what he has is supreme control over his own self. Because what's said is Tattvamasi, like the world exists because I am and I can experience it. I manifest things. And so I am the most important being in the world. If I close my eyes today and if I'm dead, everything ceases for me. So power, the very modern idea of power and the highly evolved idea of power should be mastery over one's own self and not over other people. That is not power, that is aggression. And that is primitive, caveman-like. That is not spiritual development at all. Unless and until we understand this and we raise our kids to understand this and we start teaching this in schools, in churches, in temples, in our religious tenets, we cannot reach the next level of development into the type and become a type 1 civilization. Just these external things of controlling the climate and having more energy is not going to do it. It's not going to do it. We have to change ourselves first and foremost. If we can change ourselves with whatever we have achieved so far, technologically and understanding of the human brain and human nature, we are absolutely ready to usher in type 1. We can become type 1 civilization if we can change ourselves today. That comes first. Not computers, not robots, not Dyson sphere. Our mind comes first. If I can fix myself, that is when I can fix the world around me. And that is what quantum physics says.